Hello and welcome back to our fam. Took a little break. It was Black Friday, all the madness going on, so we weren't able to even get our podcast out or get a few videos out to you guys. However, starting to get back in the zone. Gonna be doing some rescheduling with our weekly podcast. Weekly turning out to be a little bit too much, so we're gonna tweak that a little bit. But in the meantime, we have a very special one today. As you can see on the table, we have Slumberhouse Sadanne, and there's a bottle next to it. It's called, I forget the name, Eccentric Gourmand. I wonder what this could be. This is the duo version of Sadanne. Yes, another Slumberhouse has been done. Slumberhouse Sadanne. Anyone who has tried Slumberhouse Sadanne knows very well this changes the strawberry king. And when it changes it, it changes it. There's no other fragrance out there on the market, wink wink till now, that does strawberry in such a juicy, syrupy way, and that is so natural smelling. And then it tops it up with a nice damask rose, ending it with some ambergris and like this weird champagne or like a wine note. And then officially they list some woody notes, but the woody notes are actually oak wood. That's what's giving it that very nice woody aroma, boozy. Sadanne and duo version. There's some gaiac wood and also some sandalwood. It's the sandalwood that's adding some spiciness to the entire composition because it's a very overly sweet composition, Sadanne itself. But let's go ahead and spray Sadanne. Let's go ahead and spray the duo version. There are subtle differences. We have tweaked some things here and there on purpose. I'll tell you exactly why. Let's go. Sadanne. Boom. Duo. Eccentric Gourmand. Boom. Obviously the duo sprayed a little bit more in comparison to what we do a little bit more Sadanne. Just to keep it fair. Okay, immediately. Sadanne strawberry is a little bit of a sourness, has a little bit of a sourness because of the overdose of ambergris in the base. It's a very juicy, ripe, but sour strawberry. What we have done here, we've amped up the strawberry juiciness so that that tartness, that opening strawberry syrupy vibe that Sadanne opened with goes away very quickly, and then immediately the boozy notes, the woodier notes, the hint of damask rose, all of that starts coming out, while the strawberry almost goes away very quickly, at least in this version of the fragrance. There are very different versions out there. What we've done, we wanted to keep that gorgeous strawberry, right? That very sultry strawberry. We wanted to keep it more, so we took some of the ambergris out, obviously because that's causing some of the sourness Sadanne lends towards the dry down with the champagne accord and all the other things. The ambergris is a little bit too much in Sadanne. Again, I personally, that's what I didn't like about Sadanne, hence that's what we did here. We tweaked the ambergris down in the duo version, which actually helps the strawberry, syrupy, dense, big, juicy tartness to cover the composition a little bit deeper instead of just fading out very quickly. So you still get the ambergris, you still get that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous damask rose, just very, very, very dense, very thick. And again, it's a very syrupy rose, right? Sadanne at this point, that champagne accord with the woodiness, that's where it is right now. You've completely lost that strawberry opening. The damask rose has almost blended into the woods. It's like one note with the woods. The duo is still pushing that syrupy strawberry with that damask rose right underneath it, with that woods and that bed of hint taken down ambergris sitting at the base. The duo is almost, you can smell the notes through each layer, while Sadanne does a really amazing job in bringing everything together, and like all the notes are like one symphony at this point. The duo is going to get that to a later point once that strawberry jamminess, that tartness starts coming down, because we have amped it up. But I mean, overall, Sadanne is a $300, $200 fragrance, currently sold out at Lucky Scent. I think it's been reformulated a few times already. I don't know which variations out there in the market right now. This one, whatever the year this bottle is, I got it off eBay, I don't know. This one is gorgeous, right? It's just, it has a little bit of an animalic edge to it with that overdose of ambergris in this version. You know, so again, that sourness, that's a little bit of that animalicness I was talking about, which is almost like 70% tamed down in the Dua, that animalicness of the way Sadanne's built. So ours is a more fresher version. It actually is a little bit more gourmand because that champagne slash wine, I would say it's actually champagne mostly, not wine. That champagne vibe has been really amped up, and that strawberry note with the ambergris going down in the Dua and that strawberry note being amped, it's almost like the champagne is like a strawberry champagne at this point, right? So it's more fresher, a little bit more happier version of Sadanne, probably like in 90-91% tell, that 8-9%, that ambergris, that strawberry amp, and all those things do come into play. But if you are looking to experience strawberry like you've never experienced before, because I promise you haven't experienced before unless you haven't experienced strawberry in this manner unless you've tried Sadanne. I promise you that much, right? So if you want to experience a gorgeous take on strawberry with a little booziness, with a little bit of woodiness, you know, oak, gaiac wood, sandalwood, with an ambergris and like a nice gorgeous syrupy roast through and throughout the mid leading into the base of the fragrance, while that strawberry gorgeous, very syrupy thick, very grown up, not amateur by any means, right? It's a very grown up fragrance, a very complex fragrance. The strawberry is very rich. It's not your Bath and Body Works kind of an accord of strawberry. It's actually a very grown up, rich, authentic, jammy strawberry, right? Syrupy strawberry. Give this a try. Give the Dua a try. If you can get a sample of this, give this a try as well, so you can compare it to the Dua. But you will not go wrong with this one. Should be releasing it sometime in December. I feel Christmas going into New Year might be the right time for this, because we might have the ingredients by then. If not, then we might see it later in January. But I believe December and might be the time for this. So once again, Raza signing off. Hope I covered Sadanne and Eccentric Gourmand in a good way for you guys, and you guys will give it some love, and you guys will love it. Very hard fragrance to do. It took us a minute, but it's part of the Slumberhouse one. So you know, we just did Greve, and every single person who's tried Greve loves it. Whoever's tried the Slumberhouse version and they like the Slumberhouse version as well. Many new people have never tried Greve, the Slumberhouse version. They tried the Dua version, exclusively aromatic. They fell in love with it. And Wilburge, Chef Wilburge, you know I'm talking to you. I read your comments. You're now looking for a bottle of Slumberhouse Greve. So another win that a clone introduces Wilburge to going out and hunt the original bottle, because he liked the clone so much, so he knows the original is going to be so much better, right? That's what we do. We're not just a clone house. We actually shed light on brands and their creations in a way that, you know, the brand sometimes itself isn't able to because of the high pricing. But you know, we bring that smell to the masses, to everyone, making an affordable version, and boom, they save up and they try to go and get the original, right? So win-win for everyone. That's why it's a beautiful world we live in. Inspirations are great. Don't hate on them, guys. Love them, because they bring you an experience, you know, you might have not been able to get. So, but yeah, the other end of the spectrum, people who think they are somewhat of a special being because they only have the money to spend thousands of dollars on fragrances and think no one else should smell like them, and hate on Dua because we make that happen. Keep hating, because the train ain't stopping.